Okay, it's on. Okay. Hi, Linda. Okay, so you have to talk fairly loud, okay? So that
Okay, I'll talk.
because I'm a loud talker.
Very
and
loud. Okay.
Lucia, you have to talk loud too.
I can talk loud. Huey's the one who talks quiet.
Don't start blaming. Okay. Now, this week, what did we do?
We went to the biosphere.
The Biosphere. Biosphere 2. Why is it called Biosphere 2?
Because Biosphere 1 is the Earth.
Yes, so this is in what town? You know.
Dallas, Texas.
No, that's where we are now.
Oh.
But where was the Biosphere?
Oh, right.
It was in Arizona.
I can't remember.
It wasn't Tucson. It was Oracle.
Oh, right.
Oracle, just
All right.
outside of Tucson, Arizona.
I remember that.
Biosphere 2. So, so what were your observations? What impressed you the most?
I can't remember what I said before. All right. So I liked the library that was on the top, and we weren't allowed going up there because it was a glass floor. But yeah.
How did it make you feel to not be able to go to the place that you found most interesting?
Disappointing. But didn't she say like something about she let people up there, but they put something to protect?
Yeah, they covered the glass because there was a glass floor on the bottom of the library, and this library was up like 4 stories high in this giant bulb that went over top of everything. And so it was kind of, they didn't let us up there though. It was really interesting.
It was cool. Apparently the lady said that when you're up there you can see like all of
Wow. Yeah, so how high do you think it was? Do you think it was 4 stories? Like, see there's 4 stories high.
the, I'll tell you it's 1 story higher.
Higher than that. Oh wow. So what were the other observations that you made there?
I also liked the rainforest. That's cool.
The rainforest. So inside the biosphere, tell Linda a bit about it.
Yeah, so it was like inside the biosphere there was this huge rainforest zone, and there was 3 sections? Yeah, there was like 3 sections, and one was like the ocean part. There was like a mini ocean that they made, and it was saltwater, and yeah, and there was fish living in there, and it actually looked quite a bit like a small ocean. So yeah, and then there was also another section where it was like sort of just like the growing area where all the plants were growing
Yeah.
and stuff, and there was this cool fish thing where it was like 3 or 4, I think it was 4, and they all had plants except for one which had fish, and the stuff that came from the fish is like healthy for the plants.
Right. They used the waste. They had fish in a pond, in a pool, and then the water from the fish tank flowed into the plant tanks, and the plants absorbed the fish waste and became their food and their fertilizer. And then the water was recycled after it was cleaned by the plants back into the fish tank, and the fish were happy. So it was a whole cyclical experiment of how to have these aquaponics setups that require no additional fertilizer, and yeah, and I think the water picked up oxygen as it flowed through the plants. Yeah, so you were interested in that.
Yeah. And then there was the 3rd section, which was the humid area. I don't know exactly what it was for, but it was like the most rainforest, and it's very humid.
How humid was it? Do you remember the percentage?
No, I forget, but I knew it was too humid to even film in there because the camera kept on getting foggy.
As soon as we walked inside, the camera lens fogged right over. It was so it was 80% humidity in there. That's more than some saunas. Anyway, and so what kind of actions did you take in there?
Oh, I didn't say my 3rd place.
Oh, what was your 3rd place? I'm sorry.
It was the plant thing. There was this, I forget what it was called, but it was this big tube thing where they had plants in it, and they were planning to put or I think they already did actually, but they were very small, and so they're planning to put bigger ones in Mars, and it's like these things that carry plants, and you can go inside of them and you can like water them and stuff, and then they're trying to like grow plants on Mars.
And where did they get all the dirt from that was inside this thing?
Like what?
Where did they get all the dirt from that was inside there that the plants needed to grow? That's a trick question. There was no dirt in there.
I didn't remember any dirt.
So it was a big tube, and this tube was all collapsible, and it was a hydroponics operation. So the whole tube was reflective, so they used minimal lights inside, and they basically took plastic and folded it in half like this, and the plants were inside of there, and they were all growing out of these things. And I think that they were just sprinkling water. I don't know how their roots survived, but it was very minimal sort of way of growing plants and doing so inside of Mars. So they were studying that in the biosphere. So what did you like about that? Why did you like that?
I think I just thought that it was really cool, mostly, but.
Would you like to try that at home?
Yeah.
Yeah?
That'd be cool.
So how would you start doing it if you made it at home?
Like if I made the thing, how would I start?
Yeah.
I want to go some potatoes.
Potatoes might be tricky without dirt.
Yeah, I love potatoes.
Me too. But how would you start building the thing?
I'd get a bunch of plastic bags, and somehow, I don't know how, but you could like microwave it or something, and then like stick the plastic bags together, and then they would get hard, and then put that out as the outer seal, and then get harder plastic stuff that's like bendable but hard, and then put it underneath that, and then the plastic bags would also go around like the entrance and stuff, and then you'd have like the seal door thing that was like harder like this. And then after you could open that, and then that would be bad, because if you open that, all your plants would die. So yeah, and then
Oh wow. So you're really thinking about this. I was thinking, yeah, you just go to the store and buy some plastic, but you're thinking about how to like reuse plastic from plastic resources. That's pretty cool. Okay, so what were your emotions about the place?
it was pretty cool. I mean,
Would you have wanted to be one of those scientists that went in there? How long did they go in there for?
2 years.
2 years.
He thought it was 1 year, but he was wrong. We watched the movie, so.
Let's celebrate our differences. So 2 years. Would you like to go in there for 2 years?
Yes, and also no.
You were saying before about emotions of missing people.
I miss a lot of my friends and my family. But at least you could still see them. You just couldn't really talk with them.
Yeah. Tell Linda about the little observing room that they had, where you could go and observe your family.
Oh, right. Yeah, there was this, like, room thing that, like, at the front, and you could put, like, a curtain around it, and there was these phone things, I'm pretty sure, and so you could take one of the phones, like, someone inside, and they could take the phone, too. So, like, if someone was in prison, then you have those things. So, yeah, and then you talk to each other with the phone thingies, and you could see them and stuff. That was pretty cool. It was like a see-through place. Well, it was all see-through, so yeah.
So did that make you sad to think about having to be stuck in there and only talking to your family when they visited? Because it's in the middle of nowhere too.
Yeah.
It's out in the desert, and so here you are. You know, it's not like I'd want to go, hey, let's go visit Lucia and take a 4-hour drive and a 4-hour flight and go and talk to her behind glass. You would definitely get very lonely, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it was funny because one of the girls, when we came home and then we were watching that documentary,
Yeah.
the girl said that when she got out, everybody stunk a lot
Right.
of perfume and stuff
Yeah.
because like they had stuff to wash their hair and stuff, but they didn't have any like perfume or anything. And so when they got outside, everyone stunk really bad. That was funny.
Yeah. So how do you feel about learning all that stuff? How did that make you feel?
It was pretty good.
Were you interested in learning?
Yeah, that was cool. I wanted to learn about
And so what were your actions inside the biosphere?
that. I was calm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get to touch a lot of stuff?
Well, I got to touch some stuff, but not much. I touched this dinosaur head that they had,
Yeah.
and then there was a lot of pictures of it was like about the Tyrannosaurus Rex or something, and there was a whole bunch of pictures of like statues of it or drawings of it and stuff, just on the side of the stand, and I
Yeah.
touched that.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. So was it worthwhile for you to go through the biosphere?
Yes.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I liked
Did you learn a lot? Because it really sparked our learning for the whole week. After we went there, we did a lot of calculations on how long they lived there and how much food they needed to eat. We watched lots of videos and tried to recreate in our minds the different things. But it was really neat to walk around, lots of exercise, and that's it. I think that's it. Eh?
Yeah.
Okay, that's it for this week.
Bye.